We're back live. Hit the like button. I like to go to war is what this guy says. We'll be talking about Dana White's latest interview. We'll be talking about the bite, the chomp on Saturday night, the event recap, UFC news, combat sports news. I'll be right back.
It's time for the MMA-Holes!
From the 206 studios of Arizona, we're live with the MMA-Holes!
Wonderful.
What's going on? Welcome back to the MMA-Holes live stream. My name is Chris Mystic Moss, King of the Dragons, and I will be going through the world of combat sports. How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you are. Wonderful. Big shout out to our sponsors, mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES for a 10% match on your first deposit. Shout out to mybookie.ag. Do it responsibly. Use promo code MMA-HOLES. Dana White's going to talk about a little gambling in a second. ESPN Plus, thank you to everyone that uses our link, ESPN Plus. You got the UFC in Atlantic City coming up. If you want to watch it at home, click the link in the description. If you want to watch UFC 300, click the link in our description, and we get a little bit of a kickback. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? I see the birthday boys here. Happy birthday to Two Joints. Gunfighter's Ballad and Trail Song. We need to help PC Strickland immediately. Happy birthday, Two Joints. How's everyone doing in the chat? And like I said before, hit the like button. Let me put the chat on the screen. How about that? How's everyone doing over here? There we go. Wonderful. That would have been Embarrassing Sausage. Hey, Moss, how you doing, Two Joints? Happy birthday to you. Dana doesn't pay his fighters enough so they have to resort to eating each other. Yes, this weekend we're going to talk about the bite that got tattooed and the bite of the night, the bonus thrown out on Saturday night. Pretty crazy. No gambling wins tonight. Celtics lost tonight. F me. Oh, man, I am sorry to hear that, Jason Cologne. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. Dana White, we have a story of Dana White talking about gambling and his advice to gamblers. I think his advice should be this. Hey, everybody, just be rich like me, and then it won't hurt if you lose money. I think that's great advice from Dana, but we'll hear what he has to say. The bite bonus. Yes, the bite bonus, the bite of the night, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of crazy, man, that happened. But the gentleman that got bit, well, he did pretty well. Got like a double bonus, got a new tattoo. The other guy got kicked out of the UFC. So we'll get to that in a second. Let's start off in Jedi Goodman land over here. Ariel Helwani had a bunch of guests on today. I did not see Ariel. Did anyone see Ariel's show? Did not watch it, but we will do some of the highlights and see if anything stands out. I didn't see any of it. Also, we released a video about Conor McGregor. His return again. Another return Conor McGregor situation. Cody Durden put something online. And if you missed it, go to the video, hit the like button, and drop a comment over there. But yeah, Cody Durden's hilarious. And he is fighting on UFC 303, headlined by McGregor and Chandler. All right, let's go to Mr. Goodman. Oh, I saw Moicano. Moicano is on the program. Very nice. I didn't see any Moicano stuff. Here's some of the Dana White situation. I heard about P. Diddy, Puff Diddy Daddy. The feds crashed into his house. I don't know what the hell that was about. Let's see who else here. Chris Weidman was on the program. Rose is on the program. Nice. Very nice. There's money. I want to see what Moicano had to say. I didn't hear his interview. Let's see what Moicano had to say over here. Renato Moicano asked about Bitcoin. People that keep their money in the bank are the biggest losers. Holy shit, man.
You said that you're busy doing all kinds of stuff. What about Bitcoin? I hear I'm not a big Bitcoin. Is it going crazy? And are you a Bitcoin guy?
100%. I love Bitcoin. I love decentralization. I love the fact that Bitcoin for me is not an investment.
Yeah, is it sex trafficking? Is that what happened with Diddy? Is that what happened? Was he convicted or anything? Or they're just investigating him? Like, what the hell? Puff Daddy, known as Diddy now, sex trafficking? What the hell? What money Moicano do if he was here right now? That's a good question. I haven't spoken to Moicano in a minute.
It's more like a hedge fund, right? You can save your money. Because look, Ariel, before
Am I crazy for thinking that real estate is better than Bitcoin? Am I nuts for... Maybe I am nuts. What is better, real estate or Bitcoin? Like, I feel like once I get a chunk of money, I'm dumping it in real estate. Do I do it in Bitcoin? Like, what happens here? Once I become rich and famous, where's the money going? I want to put it into houses. I just saw that the immortal one, Matt Brown, just bought another crap house and flipped that thing up. I feel like that's the most guaranteed lock in making money. Bitcoin seems like it's gambling. Puff Daddy did not kill himself. That's good. Buy Bitcoin. I mean, are you guys rich from Bitcoin? Like what's going on with this thing? I don't know. I'm not like quite into it.
I start to learn and understand about economics, policies, and money. I used to keep my money on the bank, but people that keep their money on the bank are the biggest losers, and they are losing. The biggest losers.
He shouldn't be saying that because he's getting donations, and people will be like, all right, you think I'm a loser? I'm not going to use my loser money to donate to you. Moicano, be careful.
The money that you have on your bank account from 5 years ago, you can...
Gold and silver? What is this, the Wild West? Gold and silver? I wouldn't even know what to do with gold and silver. What... Do I just store it in my closet? What do I do with gold and silver?
I cannot buy like anything. Like let's see the inflation.
I mean, you could live in a house. I don't know what you're going to do with gold and silver.
The houses, the cars, the whole market. Like every year because corruption institutions, because bad policies are destroying the value of the money. And if you keep the money on your bank, you're just losing money. So I like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a way.
I wonder why. I would love. Actually, I'm gonna have to reach out to him and ask him to explain this to me. How are you? If you keep money in your bank, how are you losing that money? I mean, if you're spending it, yes, but if you're not touching it, it's collecting a little bit of interest. If you keep saving and stuff, I mean, interesting. Yeah, Bitcoin. He's talking about Bitcoin.
To get your money safe and to get value of the money with the time. It's not an investment because
gold prices are crazy. Good investment too. Really? It's weird. I got a bunch of collectibles. Like I got a ton of collectibles, sports stuff and autographs and comic books, and I got a ton just piled into my closet ever since I was a kid. Like 2 giant tubs of just. It seems like junk, but I'm hoping one day it'd be worth something, right? And if I had gold, where the hell would I put the gold? It feels weird, right? Then you're just gonna be collecting more junk. I feel like, I feel like if you have real estate, the market's gonna, go up no matter what, and you can live in that stuff too. I don't know. Anyway, but hey, whatever works, right?
Because it's not sure. Yeah, it could go up and down every time.
I don't have the money to either, so it doesn't matter.
But it's better than trust in a money that is backed by politicians and promises, right? So the dollar is not on the best place right now. That's why they are paying a lot of interest, right? 5% interest in
Hey, Carol, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by.
Some bonds and some high yield.
Hope everything's going well over there, Carol.
Accounts. So,
by the way, Carol, I subscribe to your channel. So if you're going live anytime, now I'm going to see your live streams as well.
I like Bitcoins. I like what
he keeps on calling it Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is doing.
Do you think he's doing that on purpose?
Is a revolutionary technology, and soon, if you don't, and I always say that what is best, to have a gun or to know how to use a gun. So if you don't have money to buy Bitcoin, try to learn about Bitcoin, because in the next couple of decades, that's going to be revolutionary, and that's going to change a lot of the financial institutions.
Interesting. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about Bitcoin? Do you, anyone who's got Bitcoin in the chat? And what do you guys think about it? Do you guys are you like to the moon? Whatever. I wish I was into this stuff. I got a friend of mine that's into the crypto and all that stuff. I myself not so much. I wish I knew more about it, but I don't. So I'm not a good person to talk to about this. Bitcoin has already proved it's better investment than real estate with over 200% every 4 years. I mean, if that's the but real estate's guaranteed, though. Bitcoin's not. Like how long has Bitcoin been around? Whereas real estate's been around forever. If you ever run into a nice, fine Italian person off the boat, immigrant, and they have all this weird money, you're like, why does this little old Italian man have all this money? And then you realize they got a bunch of real estate. When people immigrated to the United States, they bought a bunch of property, and they're fucking multimillionaires. They just don't throw it around. They don't show you that they are, but they are. They have tons of money because they invested in property. And this has been going on for years. Now, Bitcoin, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. Anything is possible. I have an open mind, but how long has it been tested, Bitcoin? Like, how long has it been even around for us to know that it's guaranteed lock going to go up? I mean, I don't know. How long has Bitcoin been around? Bitcoin will be 100K by the end of the year. I don't even know what that means, but how long has Bitcoin been around? Out of curiosity. I know a lot of people made money, man. Like I've seen these Netflix specials, kids investing in stock, what's it called? The stocks and shit like that. I mean, there's money there. I guess I'm too dumb to wrap my head around it. It's been around for 15 years. Oh, that's not enough time. Yeah. I mean, it's still a gamble. A couple of months. Yeah. So, I mean, if it's 10, 15 years, it's still a big gamble. Now, listen, it probably will pay off. I mean, if you guys really believe in this and it's gone up already, I mean, it could definitely pay off, or it could be a massive disappointment. I don't know. I wish I was tuned into that a little bit better, but Moicano's in. So there you go. This is funny because last night randomly got curious as fuck about Bitcoin and started researching. LOL, it's intimidating at first. Yeah, I tried with the whole crypto. We've dealt with companies that wanted to sponsor us. We had one sponsor that was an NFT sponsor, and that was short-lived. It felt like a scam, so we stopped. We stopped doing that. But I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about it. Your husband still bought into it? Okay. Bitcoin has higher market cap than Bank of America. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Man, I tell you what, they don't call money for nothing. I'm definitely going towards real estate. That's the direction I'm going in. But I hope you guys make a lot of money off the Bitcoin. I really do. Actually, the real estate I'm going into is my fucking website. That's where we're going. NFTs feel super scamish. It made sense to a point. Like if for instance, UFC Strike, who is sponsoring us for, I think it was 2 events. I still didn't even open up all the packs. It made sense if you get like a gold card and then you have access to special things. Like for instance, going to special events, hanging out with fighters, dinners, whatever. Like if you have this gold card, you show it on your phone, boom, you're in. It's like access. I can understand value in that. But just as trading cards that don't exist, it is weird. I get it is weird. Desirable real estate, you have to claim cryptocurrency on your taxes, I would imagine, right? I would imagine. I made about 250K on Bitcoin, only cost me 600K. Did you end your relationship with Clash TV? It's kind of open. Like, we stopped for now. They wanted to re-up with us. There's a conversation to be made. I have no ill will towards Clash. They paid us, and I felt their platform was still, it needed a lot of work. They said it made a lot of updates. So I have a call with Millions again coming up on Wednesday. So we might get back into bed with Millions. I'm a free agent now when it comes to that streaming stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, let's move on here from Moicano. Actually, wait, hold on. He's got another one here. Moicano message to Patty Pimblett. Okay, here we go. And what I like to say Pimblett, like Moicano says it.
What about Patty Pimblett? It's rare that he calls people out, but he seems to want to fight you. I think he said that you owe him some money. What's going on over there?
He seems to be a very tough guy when people have fight schedule, right? Because he all the time if when I got the fight and then he make a video calling me out, if that video was 2 weeks before, 100% I would accept to fight him. But don't worry, Paddy Pimblett. You be careful what you wish for. And if you wish, and if you want to fight Moicano, I'm going to fuck you up, my brother. And I'm going to steal your fucking money. Doesn't matter if it's England, in Brazil, Las Vegas, you in fucking trouble, my brother. But
why are they not making this fight?
Again.
Well, I guess because he beat Tony Ferguson. He's trying to go upright, and I guess maybe he feels Moicano's behind him and too dangerous.
I'm not thinking Paddy Pimblett. I'm thinking Jalin Turner because he is a tough competition. He is on the top 10 for a reason, and he's been in UFC for a long time. He faced...
I tell you, that's not an easy fight for Moicano. Of course, my money's going to ride with money. But, man, Jalin Turner versus Renato Moicano is that's a good scrap.
Better competition than, of course, Paddy Pimblett.
It is.
And that's why I'm focused and training to beat Jalin Turner. But I will.
I think Turner runs over Pimblett as well.
Don't get me wrong. I will beat Jalin Turner. And then...
Let me ask you in the chat, who will you think would win, Turner or Paddy Pimblett? Who would you... Actually, I'll put a quick poll in here. I'm actually curious what you guys would think on this one. As I put this poll in, let's put in for monetization. Dun, 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 dun. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why. So we started doing uploads on the stream. They get immediately monetized. We do live streams, we get demonetized. Like, it's the dumbest thing ever. So fucking annoying. So that's why we're doing uploads, because at least you can get paid on that shit. Here we go. Let's do this. All right. I'm just going to put who wins. It's going to be a quick poll. Dun, 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 dun. Put it in. Put it in your mouth. Start a poll. Who wins? Paddy or Turner? Just hypothetically. I mean, they may never even fight, but I'm actually curious what you guys think. So, all right, we got a poll in there. We're going to leave it up for about 5 minutes in the chat. I want to know who you guys think will win, Turner or Paddy Pimblett, or as Moicano says, Pimblitch.
I can think about this fat motherfucker.
Ooh, potty mouth.
And what about Paddy?
The fat motherfucker. All right, let's put up the poll over here. Wow. So far, 93% picking Turner over Paddy. Holy smokes. Okay, I'm going to pull the poll out. You better get your votes in. I'm pulling it out. If you feel Paddy's going to get it done, you better get in there quick. Because I'm ending that poll. I'm not leaving that there all night. 81% Jalin Turner. I'm with you. 21% Paddy, 25% Paddy. I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Jalin by a landslide. Well, now it's 75 to 25%. All right. Jalin Turner. Oh, Moicano has a lot to say here. Renato Moicano is asked if he was surprised that antitrust lawsuit was settled before it went to trial. So I guess, man, I guess like Ariel went from never having Moicano on and then realizing, oh, wow, this guy is actually funny. And now he's, and he'll answer anything. So now he's having him on a lot, and you're late to the party, Ariel. We've been there already.
Are you surprised that the fighters in the antitrust lawsuit, the class action lawsuit, ended up settling before it went to trial, based on what you've learned?
No, because it's very hard.
Marcus McGee versus Payton Talbott, Asian boy. Is there any truth, or is that something you want to see? Is there truth? Because that is a fire fight. But that would be so weird if they put two prospects against each other again. That'd be nuts. That's a great fight.
You know, I have been learning about the antitrust and monopoly. And of course, UFC has a huge share of the market. But at the same time, I don't think politicians and laws, like in boxing, they have the Muhammad Ali laws. But I don't think the government is a good place to reparate, right? I think free market and competition is a better way. UFC is just too young, 30 years. They made a sport right?
It's kind of crazy that the UFC's only been around for 30 years and what they've accomplished. What other organization has been able to do something like that in that short of a period of time? Maybe BKFC will do something. I mean, they're pretty early in their run. Maybe. I don't know. I think BKFC has a lot of work to do, but they're still very early.
And that's why they have a huge share, because they are the best on what they do. So I was not surprised, because in the end of the day, I think the fighters and the
WWE? Wait, 30 years of WWE, they were massive? I mean, I don't remember WWE back. I mean, when did WWE come out? I don't even know. And that's not even a sport. What are we talking? That's a fucking acting.
and the lawyers and the people that...
Wandy, how dare you? I'm going to time you out for saying something so stupid. So that's not even a sport. And I'm entertaining. It's not even a sport. It's fucking guys all oiled up, roided to the gills, a soap opera for men. Wandy, I usually like what you got to say in there, but...
That were trying to get on this... All
right, I don't care. I want to see a couple of the matchups, and then we're going to get into this Dana story over here. Did you know that Dana said he was going to stop doing podcasts, and now he's doing more podcasts than ever? So that Howie Mandel thing was a shtick. This guy over here on X, his name is Marcel Dorf. And every time I hear the word Dorf, I think of Dorf's Golf, and that just ages myself. But Marcel, he's a really interesting-looking human being. That's all I'm going to say. But he's very good with breaking news and fight announcements and stuff like that. So I'm going to scroll through his Twitter over here. And, hey, check this out. Volkov versus Jelton Almeida. Did you guys know about this puppy over here? This is going down, and I think this is a phenomenal fight. UFC 302, Alexander Volkov, who looked pretty decent, and Almeida just got fucking pummeled. He's right back on the horse. You got the grappling of Almeida. You got, Volkov's got some grappling too, but he's known for being a big, long, scary Russian. I love this matchup. Absolutely love this matchup. And I'm curious how Jelton bounces back after getting his head crushed in, because we know that Volkov is a guy that could probably do the same thing to Almeida. So was Almeida exposed, or was it just a bump in his rise to be a champion at heavyweight? Volkov, who's on a tear, I mean, is he going to be able to run through the hype train as well? I love it. I fucking love this fight a lot. Alwandi says Almeida sucks. Oh, my God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Sonosi dropping a deuce.
That rat Ariel wants money after subtly watching her stream, and probably that post-interview from his last fight. Also, how well is Uploads paying you?
Upload way better than live streaming, I can tell you that much. I mean, unless we get donations, but if we're not getting donations, Uploads are way more profitable. I mean, you can get 1,000 views and make more than doing a live stream. It's nuts. Because we get monetized on that, we don't get monetized on this. So I thank you, Sonosi, for the $2 donation. And get back on the horse, make some uploads, get monetized, and make that money. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the donation. Oh, we got Jesse in the shower. I jerk off to my coworkers. My say a prayer for my sin. What the John Doe are you talking about? All right, let's see what other fights they have over here. We're gonna get to the Dana story in a second. Luana Santos versus Myra. Who cares? Yeah, this weekend we got the Atlantic City card. Look who Edson Barboza's back on the horse versus Lerone Murphy. So he just had that fight, well, not that long ago, against Sadiq Youssef, and now he's fighting Lerone Murphy. Another banger of a fight here. All right, I'm interested in that. The card for UFC Vegas 90, April 6th, headlined by Allen versus Curtis Part 2. Let me look at the rest of this thing. Whoa, co-main event, Damon Jackson versus Hernandez? I mean, shout out to Damon. I guess we're going to have Damon Jackson back on the show. I haven't spoken to him in a while. He's had a rough run lately. Hernandez versus Jackson is the co-main event? That seems really strange. Peak is on the main card. Peak versus Campbell is actually a fire fight over there on the right. Peak versus Campbell. Peak's a lunatic. He was the guy with that standing hammer fist swing. And then Campbell is the dude from Law MMA, the prospect that got knocked out in the Contender Series, then came back and had a ferocious win, and now he's on the roster. Morono versus McGee, headline in the prelims. Bunch of nobodies. Mariscal, the fuck. Bresky versus Walker. Oh boy. Cynthia Cavillo is still on the freaking... I thought she got cut. Jermaine Durandamy versus Norma Dumont. Oh, what a card. All right. Anyway, damn, we got some fight nights that are just like, oh, fucking hell. Here's the post by Cody Durden, which was freaking hilarious. I'll play it one more time over there.
What's up, fight fans? I'm back in the Octagon June 29th versus Carlos Hernandez. UFC 303, Michael Chandler versus the notorious Conor McGregor. Let's go, baby.
Showing off the asses. But Cody Durden's response is so funny. Check out the video that we dropped on this. Very, very funny. Cody Durden's my favorite flyweight of all time. The go to flyweights right there. He's going to make flyweight great again for sure. I want to move into the Dana White stuff now. It's on our thumbnail. And I don't know this guy's name. I got to give him credit here. What's the dude's name? All right, what's this guy's name? Hold on. This guy, this weird looking fucking vampire looking. This guy, what's this guy's name? Apparently he's famous. I've seen him on Joe Rogan. He looks like he has quite the personality, this guy. He's always dressed like James Bond, or not James Bond. He's always dressed like, I don't know. He's got like he's in Geek Squad or something. Lex Friedman. That's his name, right? Yeah, it looks like it's like, hey, can I help you with your computer? Like you drop off your laptop. He's part of the Geek Squad or some shit like that. So Lex Friedman. So what does Lex Friedman do? And shout out to Lex Friedman. He gets Dana White on. So apparently he's somebody. But what is his claim to fame? Why is he just a podcast guy? Funniest show on earth, good folks? Yes, that's right, Dicey Days. Lex Luthor? Is he related to Lex Luthor? Cody's last fight, dude, was spitting his toes in the cage. Or sticking his toes in the cage? Yeah, he was cheating. Clearly cheating. Cody would have won that fight. He yaps about BS. All right, so we don't really know who the hell this guy is. All right, well, anyway, Dana was on there. Okay. And this was interesting because Dana has spoken about retirement before, but he is not. The boss, don't be worried, guys. If you're a Dana White fan, he's not retiring. If you're a Dana White hater, well, it's time to find a new sport because Dana White is going absolutely nowhere. Good YouTube vidmas. Should do more of those UFC updates. Nice, mate. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. We will. I'm gonna put as many of those things as I can up. I'm having fun doing it. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of doing uploads. This is my wheelhouse. I love just being live and yapping with you guys. The interaction from the chat, I enjoy that. But it would be silly of me not to do uploads. It would be silly. So we're going to be throwing more of those. We're going to be doing live streams. We're going to give you guys even more content on the MMA-Holes.
Oh, so when I win, it's awesome. It's always
just make
great.
sure you smash likes and make sure you comment on those videos, and I appreciate it.
Great to win. Winning is a great feeling in business, in sports, in life, and definitely in gambling.
Wait, what did you say? Winning is...
Oh, so when I win, it's awesome. It's always great to win. Winning is a great feeling in business, in sports, in life, and definitely in gambling.
God, wouldn't it be great to have just obnoxious money? We could say something like that. You know, that's how you know he has FU money, Dana White. That's how you know. Like to say, like, I can't just say that. I can't say that. He's right. It's not like he's wrong. It's not like he's telling, a lie here. Winning is fantastic. Who doesn't like to win? I mean, for God's sakes, if I compete with Jessie with a children's game with our kids, she's very competitive. She wants to win. Winning is fantastic. It's a beautiful feeling. But man, to say it like that, it comes across as so obnoxious.
Oh, so when I win, it's awesome. It's always great to win. Winning is a great feeling in business.
I wonder if you think Power Slap's going to wind up being a win? Probably.
Business.
Everything he touches is gold.
In sports, in life, and definitely in gambling. Losing is never fun, but it's part of the game. You know what I mean? If you want to be in the game, and it's sports, it's business, or whatever, there's going to be wins and there's going to be losses, and you have to take them both in stride. And you have to be able to, there's a lot of people when you gamble, right, and you lose. And you go into a deep, dark depression. I've seen this with guys that do it.
Yeah.
Get depressed. Gambling isn't for you.
Captain Obvious over here. Hold on, let's listen to that again in case you guys didn't know.
And you lose. And you go into a deep, dark depression. I've seen this with guys that do it.
Yeah.
Get depressed. gambling isn't for you.
Wow, we just learned something new there. Now, I mean, Lex is not going to be like, Dana, everyone knows this, right? I mean, everyone pretty much knows that, right? Everyone knows that if you go into a dark depression and you're gambling, right, it's not for you, right? I think that's pretty obvious. Okay. But if you didn't know that, did anyone in the chat not know that? Was that? I used your towel? Where's my towel? Oh, I used Jesse's towel. Now Jesse's going to get AIDS.
You know, if you are the type of person that's on social media and people say horrible things to you and you get depressed and you shouldn't be on social media. You know what I mean?
Wait, what is? Hold on a second.
Depression. I've seen this with guys that do it.
Yeah.
Get depressed. And gambling isn't for you.
I don't know. That's so fucking funny.
You know, if you are the type of person that's on social media and people say horrible things to you and you get depressed and you shouldn't be on social media.
I mean, okay. Maybe people don't know this. But it would be funny if Lex was just like, hey, Dana, do you think I'm a retard or something? Like, wait, you're saying things that we all know. Like, we all know this. Does anyone not know this? I mean, I guess if you look at social media and people are out there, and if you look at gamblers and they just keep doing it and they're depressed and this and that, maybe they don't fucking know. Social media is a sickness too. It really is. I mean, I'm plugged in, but it's because I run a damn business. If I didn't run this business over here, which I love to do, I would not even be on social media. I couldn't give a fuck about whatever's going on. I would just be dealing with my family, and that's that. But I have to peak on social media because of this. I can't wait until we could have the financial backing where we can hire someone to just do social media so I don't have to do it anymore. But anyway, I mean, this is nuts. Yes, D-Life. MMA-Holes LLC. Go check it out, okay? The MMA-Holes LLC. I mean, this is a fucking monster that you're looking at right here, D-Life. Jesus Christ.
Casual.
Anyway.
Is to do it. Yeah. Get depressed. And gambling isn't for you. You know? If you are the type of person that's on social media and people say horrible things to you and you get depressed and you shouldn't be on social media. You know what I mean? These are all part of being in the game. When you're in the fucking game, great things happen and really bad things happen. And you got to take it all in stride. And you got to pick yourself up the next day, strap your fucking shoes back on and get out there and go to fucking war again.
I tell you what, though, when I do listen to Dana talk, even though he's stating the obvious, it is inspirational to see a guy that could say and do whatever the hell he wants because he believed it and he achieved it. And I do I do think that's pretty fascinating to watch. A guy that's just been there, done it. He doesn't have to work another day in his life, but he works because he loves it, you know? And is he actually working? I mean, this guy's got it seems like the greatest job in the world. Now, he does have a lot of pressure, you know, but I mean, he could just fall off the face of the earth and be fine.
That's how it works.
That's some Goggins shit right there. All right. I love that motivational speech.
You know, fun fact, I didn't know who Goggins was until he trained Tony Ferguson. True story. Thank you, KC. Thank you, KC, for gifting the membership. I appreciate you, KC. You are a savage. Thank you. Thank you, Casey. Get on the knees. Thank you. Who got that membership over there? Jack, congrats. Congratulations, Jack Attack.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah,
it's the truth, though. Listen, every day when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the fucking face, man. Could be anything. Could be you get up and you walk downstairs, you got a fucking flat tire, and you're late for work, and you got this and that. That
does suck. I don't like that. Where your battery's dead.
Going to throw all kinds of crazy shit at you, right? And you have to be ready for it, and you got to fucking deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball. You can't run away from it. You can't hide. You have to take all this shit head on. You have to get up every day. When I get up out of bed, I strap up and I'm getting ready for fucking war.
He gets ready for war when he gets out of bed because Dana White is fighting for his life.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I had to be quiet. Jesse was walking out of the room. Okay.
Because I know I'm coming in here. I know a bunch of bad shit's going to happen that I'm going to fucking deal with. And if that's not bad enough, when I finally get out of here, I'm probably going to go to the casino and I'm going to get into another fucking war. You know what I mean? I thrive in chaos. I actually love chaos. Everybody talks about retiring. Fuck that shit. What am I going to do when I retire? What would I do? I like to go to war. I like the battle. I like to win. Sometimes I lose, but then I have to come back from the loss. And I
tell you what, I'm kind of with him with that. Like, I don't think I'm built to retire either. Like, I always want to challenge my brain. I always want to just keep on pushing myself to try to achieve goals in life, because once you stop doing that, what else is there? I mean, your kids are going to grow up. They're going to move out of the house. And if you don't have kids, then you don't have to look forward to, or be upset about that happening. But I mean, like, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess you could travel the world. You got to keep challenging yourself, because eventually you are going to fall into depression in some sort of way. I want to know in the chat, anyone retired or anyone nearing retirement, or like, what do you guys think? Or anyone depressed in the chat? Is he hitting a nerve with you or something? Let me know what you guys think about this, because it is fascinating to think about, what we're going to do with the remainder of our lives. It's very interesting.
I love to build brands. I love to set short-term and long-term goals and then knock them all down. This is just the stuff that excites me. That's
how he gets excited. That's how he gets thick. I'm a retired biologist. Are you really, Jason? A retired biologist? That sounds fucking awesome. Like a teacher or actually studying biology? Like, that's pretty neat. So what do you do now you're retired? What do you do with yourself? How do you keep yourself busy? Besides watch the MMA-Holes, of course. Eat pussy all day? Yeah, that's a challenging thing, especially if they didn't shower. Retired from hog munching? Not surprised. All I need is a cool buzz and some tasty... Dana acting like he works so hard, laughed my ass off. I mean, yeah, I don't... Do you guys think he's as stressed? Oh, maybe. I don't think he is. Because he could just vanish, A marine biologist? 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I'm never going to retire, says D-Life. I work literally 24 hours a day. Ask my wife. My wife is like, you never stop working, D-Life. Listen, D-Life, I understand you envy my life, but don't. It's not that envious. I'm constantly fucking working. Fucking whores and doing coke helps Dana pass the time. Yes. Federal employee, right? Retired, living life. All right. So you're just enjoying yourself? But what do you do to challenge yourself? Because there has to be some sort of challenge. My brother just retired. He's like in his early 40s. Actually, mid 40s. And he's retired with a fucking banging pension. I'm like, you gotta do something, man. You gotta challenge yourself. Freshwater fisheries biology. Damn, that's pretty smart stuff. Ex-ankle grabber. What the hell is going on around here? Uncle Dana is healthier than ever. I know. I mean, this guy's in great shape. He's gambling like a loony. Dana posted a video on YouTube the other day saying he wakes up and lays on a massage table. Bro, I mean, who wouldn't want to? One's in the chat if you would want to be Dana White. Who the hell would not want to be Dana White? You could slap your wife in public. No one cares. You could bang all the fucking ring girls. You could bang Ronda Rousey when she was hot. You run the UFC. You can do whatever the hell you want with the UFC. You travel all over the world. You could gamble just crazy amounts of money. Now, granted, you do have to look like Dana White. That's the, but he looks good for 50 plus years of age, right? You can still work. Why all work? You can still work. Why all work? I don't know. Is that are you the Riddler? What is that? Oh shit, my gray again. Fire it up for the pores. The fuck? That's 2 in a row. I couldn't understand. Dana is pretty much untouchable at this point. He's literally walking around bulletproof. You're right. 100%. I make my wife call me out in the bedroom like Bruce Buffer. Does she lower the pitch of her voice? Can you have her do the audio of that for us and slide into the DMs? I'll play it on air. That'd be hilarious. Or if we open up phone lines, we could have her call in and do it live on air. Dana's Lex Luthor. The Riddler left my ass. I mean, that was like a riddle he threw at me, right? Dana beating the pandemic made him a god. Yeah, right? It's like he hit his final form during the pandemic. He evolved into this untouchable being. If he was the only one that had a sport just trucking through the pandemic like it wasn't even happening. And everyone else was scared. It's crazy, man. This guy has really done some crazy stuff. All right, let's see what else Dana White had to say in this interview. But good for him, man. Listen, no hate coming from me. We make silly jokes here and there, but I do respect Dana White a lot. Yeah, he lies, but that's his job. He's a fucking promoter. Like, that is his job. His job is literally to lie.
Super chat.
We got a super duper chat coming in. Mike Biggs.
Did he do it or did he not?
Did he do it or did he not? Is that a Puff Daddy joke? Thank you. Should we do a P. Diddy stream? Speaking of which, Jesus Christ, when they going back to Fight Island? I don't know, right? Apparently they are. They are, right? I don't know. That's so weird. They're living in the Apex, but they're not going back to Fight Island. Yeah, what's that about? Are they going back to Fight Island when Islam comes back? Like, what's happening? All this work talk. What the fuck? This guy's problem. What are you talking about?
Who is in the conversation for the greatest of all time?
John Jones.
Is he going to talk about Kamaru Usman being higher up than GSP?
You've talked about John Jones, but what are the metrics involved here?
He's never been beat. He destroyed everybody.
Yeah, I feel like it's a dumb question. Isn't everyone's answer John Jones? Like, why wouldn't the answer be John Jones? Right? I mean, I don't know. It feels like does anyone else have who is your number one all-time great? I mean, Mighty Mouse is up there, but he's still not John. Mighty Mouse is phenomenal. Definitely on the Mount Rushmore, but and I'm kind of sick of the GOAT talk, but I mean, because I feel like there's really one GOAT. I mean, it's John.
Light heavyweight, which at the time was the toughest weight class in the company, in the sport. And then I moved up to heavyweight, won easily at heavyweight.
Oh, Sam Alvey. Shit, I forgot about Sam. Yeah, Sam Alvey won John too.
And when you look at a guy and you look at what he was doing outside the octagon at the same time, which shouldn't be part of it, shouldn't be part of the equation. But when you do, wow.
That is kind of crazy, right? Dude was partying, doing the blow, then packing a lunch, going in there, getting the job done, goes back to the party, running over pregnant women. Like, it's kind of nuts. Imagine if John Jones was clean, what he would have been doing.
John Jones, there's no debate. Nobody can debate who's the greatest of all time.
I'm kind of with him on that. We do agree on that. Lex Luthor, we do agree.
Absolutely, positively, John Jones. He's never lost.
And you know what's funny? I was a John Jones hater for a long time, especially because I'm a big DC guy. Well, when he fought. Now it's just like, I mean, he's seems like a cool dude, but I'm not as much of a fan as I was before when he was fighting. When he was fighting, he was like he felt like the everyday guy. He wound up being a double champ. I loved rooting for Daniel Cormier, and I root for Daniel Cormier every time he fought John Jones, and I was disappointed every single time. Even on air, I was disappointed. Even telling John Jones I'm a big Daniel Cormier fan. I mean, I even said it to the GOAT's face, right? But I've grown to appreciate John, even though there have been, you could put an asterisk next to his name because of the picograms and the cheating. I don't go too hard with it because one of my favorites of all time, Anderson Silva, he got popped for steroids. Chael Sonnen was one of my favorites back in the day. I mean, look, that guy was roided to the gills. Like, everyone was roided. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really care. Honestly, I don't even think about the quote unquote cheating anymore. Like, you know how many people were probably on this sauce?
Oh, he's never.
Now, what he's done outside of the cage, I don't really, I don't think it's the best. I think he's made some pretty poor decisions, and I've shit on him for it in the past. But when you're just talking about what he has done in the octagon, as young as he was when he did some of the great things, I mean, he's the GOAT.
Never been beat in the octagon ever.
So that's one of the metrics.
Do you think GSP ever took PEDs? I tell you what, there was a time where I did. But I don't care if he did. I know he was, waving the flag saying he was anti that stuff, but I do think that he might have done a little something. Well, I mean, he was accused of like greasing and shit like that, right? He was accused of cheating and here and there. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you can get away with. Who cares? You know? Jones, Connor, Dana, the list grows, LOL. All have become assholes. They're all over the place. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It just goes to show you what a long... Maybe this is why a lot of these younger UFC fighters just want to get in, make a name for themselves, and get the fuck out, start playing video games and starting their YouTube channels. You can tell that these younger influxes of UFC fighters just want to get the hell out and say, okay, you know. But Conor was like that. He says, I want to get in, get 2 belts, get rich, and get out. And he keeps getting sucked back into the game. So I think once you're getting repetitive blows to the head, your decision-making is not as good as it was when you were younger.
Like pure sheer dominance.
Who would I put number 2 after Jones? I would put Mighty Mouse. I respect Mighty Mouse tremendously. There was a time where I wasn't the biggest fan of Mighty Mouse, but I grew to love him. And then the UFC got, as soon as I grew to love him again, the UFC got rid of him and brought in Ben Askren. And, you know, looking back, Mighty Mouse is that guy. I mean, he was so far ahead of the flyweights. GSP, I respect GSP's resume. He did lose to Matt Serra. I mean, you can call it a fluke, but regardless, he did lose to Matt Serra. I mean, you have, I mean, I don't know how you can just, I mean, and he redeemed himself. But he lost to Matt Serra. You know, I mean, no offense, Matt Serra, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? That is, I mean, that if you're trying to like compare everything, you know, where is John Jones's Matt Serra? You know, I mean, Mighty Mouse. He lost to Henry Cejudo. He lost to Dominic Cruz, but the Henry Cejudo was real damn close. I thought he won that fight. Matt Serra is arguably the greatest fighter to ever live. The way some people talk about GSP, you would think so. You would think that's the case. But he had amazing run, GSP. He really did. And then became a double champ by beating a guy with one eye. Just saying. I mean, GSP, there's some things. I mean, and he lost to Johnny Hendricks. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He lost to Big Rig. You know what I'm saying? There's things on GSP's resume. Now, you could look at John Jones. You could say the Dominic Reyes fight, a little sus. You could say, what's it called? The Thiago Santos fight where he had 2 fucked up legs and Santos was holding his own in that fight. You could make arguments. The first Gustafson's fight was very close. You could make arguments there, but I still don't think it lines up with the moments of GSP. So that's why John Jones is ahead for me. Hendricks was juiced. I mean, let's be honest. They all were. You know? They all were. What's weird too is Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, all of a sudden, he's coming back for the Brazil card, and he's getting a pass for the 6-month testing. Like, dude, let's just all come to the agreement that steroids are back in the UFC. I mean, I think it's there. I know they're getting tested, and Conor's saying he's the most tested athlete right now, but steroids are there. They're there. Or they're looking the other way. I don't know what's going on here, but to bypass the 6-month testing pool so he can try to save a Brazil card, I don't know. It's real sketch, and I'm fine with it.
He's never lost. Nobody.
You put Mighty Mouse over Khabib, yes, because Khabib left too early. And listen, Khabib probably would have been the greatest of all time. He left too early. He left in his prime. You know, so everything past is speculation. Now, when Khabib was a champ, I tell you what, my complete opinion changed because I had a lot of respect for Khabib when he became a champ. I felt he became more exciting as a champion. I wish he would have stuck around. And I hope that Islam Makhachev, I hope that man does go up a weight class, win a belt there, stay back down, go back down and defend the belt. You know, bang, 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 put a couple extra fights in the bag. But I'm a little worried about Islam because Islam's barely fighting these days, you know? So if Khabib, and I'm not trying to criticize Khabib for leaving. I think that Khabib leaving at the peak of his game is kind of a badass move. But when you're talking GOAT conversation, you're kind of removing him. You know, you have to. Because you're literally speculating. You know, what if scenarios. You know, and if you do that, then you're opening a whole other can of worms. So Khabib, listen, one of the best to ever do it, best lightweight of all time. You can make that argument, but we still, unfortunately, don't have enough evidence. Check it out.
Got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise.
Who's got the merchandise?
Got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise.
Look at it.
Got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise.
Thank you, Artichoke Hole, for buying the Dragon Carnage Premium Tank. We just hit tanks over there at the store, Streamlabs. If you want to click it and go shopping over there, a stupid song will play. But thank you, Artichoke Hole, for the donation. And it's the reason, listen, we're trying to sell merch. We're trying to do donations. We're trying to, get more memberships and stuff like that so I don't have to do as many uploads. But that's not the case. So I'm going to do more uploads. You're going to get more of those as well. But thank you, Artichoke Hole. Sonosi,
Wonderful.
dropping a deuce.
Speaking of goats, it's funny how Aldo will probably forever keep his record in his division. Volk was getting close. And I concur, +2/3 RDS of Khabib wins were scrubs. John fought so many ex-champs in his 20s.
Khabib won the belts by beating Ally Quinta, stepping in. Last minute stepping in. I'm saying? Nothing against Raging Al, but Raging Al was clearly, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing you can throw at Khabib too. So I hate the GOAT conversation. I honestly think it's probably the dumbest conversation in the MMA world, but people love talking about it. It's a hot topic that will last forever and keep on evolving. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. Nothing against Khabib, man. He had an incredible run, but if it's cut short like that and the way he won the belt, and I don't know, it's a shame he didn't stick around because he was pretty special.
Nobody can debate who's the greatest of all time. It's absolutely positively John Jones. He's never lost. No, he's never been beat in the Octagon ever.
So that's one of the metrics, like pure sheer dominance. But there's others, right? I
guess it's kind of a casual conversation, right? Because this Lex guy is probably not a big UFC fan. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that sits there every Saturday and watches the Apex fight nights and stuff like that. He might be invited to a pay-per-view here and there, but I'm pretty sure he's probably not sitting around watching Rose Namajunas versus Amanda Ribas.
Wonderful.
So it just seems like if anyone is trying to talk about the UFC that doesn't really watch it much, it feels like they just start saying, who is the greatest of the all time? It seems like that's the generic conversation, right?
Losing sometimes.
Oh, wait, he's a ball polisher? Oh, okay.
Is a catalyst for greatness.
I don't disagree. But when you've never lost, right? Yeah. It's this, you've never lost. We've never found somebody. And all the other.
Aaron says, agree, GOAT talk is stupid because it's not of all time. Time keeps moving. I agree. It's constantly evolving. It's weird, man. It's like, I guess it's like the question of saying like what's your favorite all-time movie? And then more movies keep coming out and it keeps changing, right? Like sometimes it stays the same, but then another movie comes out and you're like, wow, that movie's really good. And then your all-time favorite movie is not quite your all-time favorite movie anymore. It keeps evolving. That's another dumbass question. Yet I think we're just every once in a while we revert to being monkeys, The
thing is that you have to factor in too is longevity.
He's a BJJ black belt. Is he really? So you're saying because he's a BJJ black belt, he watches all the UFC fights? Is that what you're saying? Explain, Europe. Are you with him? Do you watch all the UFC fights? Because he's a BJJ black belt. Al Bundy's a BJJ black belt. Do you think he's watching Rose Namajunas versus Amanda Ribas?
Mm-hmm. How long because sometimes with a lot of these guys, the sport passes them by. You get younger guys that are faster, this, that, and the sport evolves.
Fun fact, the more you train, the less you watch. Ask UFC fighters this.
Nobody's been able to beat John Jones. Oh, and the other thing...
Because it's like this, guys. It's like when you work at McDonald's. Are you going to eat McDonald's every fucking night? No. You're sick of McDonald's. These guys are in the gym rolling around. Do you think they want to watch other people do the same shit? No.
Measure is, when you said dominance, it's true. If you're this guy that has unbelievable power and you're just going in and you're just fucking knocking everybody out and nobody's ever pulled you into the deep water before. Mm-hmm. That was when my opinion of John Jones started to change. Gustafsson took him into the deep water. Gustafsson hit him with some shit he'd never been hit with.
I'll tell you what, that's a fight you could always go back to. That first Gus versus Bones fight. That was something special. That was a fucking banger.
Gustafsson tested him and put John Jones in a place where I bet if you sat down and interviewed John Jones, going into the deep rounds of that, John Jones thought he was going to die.
It was kind of like with Izzy and Kelvin Gastelum too. You know, John Jones did enough to prevail, and Izzy was able to, he said, I'm willing to die in there. It's kind of weird, right? Because you think of Kelvin Gastelum, nothing spectacular, but for some reason that night he had enough to really push the boundaries of Izzy. And Gustafsson, the same thing. It's just like the stars lined up, and that was the perfect night for Gustafsson to have a shot at taking out the GOAT John Jones, and he came so close, so fucking close. I'll never forget this fight because I didn't have the channel then, but we were playing cards with my family, and my uncle was a big boxing fan, and I was like, please, I'm like, watch this. This is a good fight. I remember we were playing cards, and we kept looking over at the TV, and I was just trying to get him into it. And he was really into it. It was a good scrap between the two. And I remember all of us thought that Gustafsson won the night of. I know I was really hoping for it, but that wasn't the case. John Jones got his hand raised, and the rest is history.
Tested him and put John Jones in a place where I bet if you sat down and interviewed John Jones, going into the deep rounds of that, John Jones thought he was going to die. You know what I'm saying?
And he's willing to go there.
And he kept going. He was willing. Yeah. Willing to do whatever it took to win that fight.
And it breaks my heart because he beat DC, and DC.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I'm actually with Lex on that one. Reyes and Gustafsson beat Jones. I rewatched both, and I think Jones did enough. I do. But I'm also from the thinking of you have to beat the champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's remotely close, very close rounds, to me, I feel like the tiebreaker should go to a champion. I know that's not how they score it, but I feel like that makes the most sense. And when I was watching back the Reyes fight, which is really weird because the night of, I was convinced that Reyes won. If you go back and watch our reaction, me, Jesse still thinks Reyes won. But when I watched it back a couple of times, it's like, damn, and I saw something different the night of. And my parents were there, and they thought that Reyes won as well. But it is weird when you're in the moment and you're watching a fight live. I've said this so many times, and doing this channel for almost 8 years now, I'm starting to learn that it is weird. You don't see the same thing in a second watch a lot of these times, especially if you're very passionate and your heart. You ever watch a fight and your heart's beating out of your chest and you're jumping up and down, or you're yelling and screaming at the TV? Chances are your brain is making you want to see something that you're really not seeing. And then you rewatch it and you see something else. That's why a judge's job is so fucking hard, because not only are they human beings, they have to try to deprogram themselves from doing that, but they got the crowd screaming and yelling and chanting, also pushing their favorite fighter to across the finish line. And you're hearing that, you know? I feel like judges should be like removed from the crowd, to be honest. I feel like they should be in like isolation boxes, you know, like where they like put them in soundproof boxes where there's no, I mean, all they can hear is the cracks of the strikes. Somehow just try to filter in the cracks of the strikes or something like that. This way, that's the only way you'll get a completely unbiased opinion. But you know, they're human. Anyway, the John Jones DC thing, just breaks my heart, man. I wanted DC to win so bad.
And it breaks my heart because he beat
Me too, buddy.
DC, and DC is one of the greatest of all time.
That's the thing too. And I believe that DC doesn't get the credit he deserves because of the John Jones thing. When you look at DC and what he's accomplished, right? And John Jones beat him twice.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. Yeah. You can hate all you want. John Jones is the greatest of all time.
Well, all right, what do you think? Who's your GOAT in the chat? I mean, there's no right answer. So if we disagree, it's fine. There's really no right answer to this. But let it out. Who's the greatest to you? All right, what else we got over here? We'll talk about the UFC Vegas 89 card a little. Dive into some other news.
When you get to the UFC, I mean, you just saw it with MVP. You're going to see it with Kayla Harrison and so many others that have come from other organizations, and they get here. They notice immediately the difference between fighting here and fighting wherever they were before. It's not even comparable to the impact it has on you when you leave.
It's such a flex by Dana. Such a flex. I had someone reach out to me today. I'm not going to say any names, but I will say this. They pitched me having John McCarthy on the show. well, not pitched it, but kind of like passing it my way because he wants to promote something with PFL. And my response was, I'm going to have to, my chat would literally eat him alive. So I declined. Now, did I make a mistake? Should I have John McCarthy on the show? Did I make a mistake there? But I declined. Well, maybe it was a bad move. Maybe I should have made it an upload. But also, I had to think about the shit I've said about John McCarthy as well. I think he was a phenomenal ref. He's created the rules, a lot of the rules within, the UFC and mixed martial arts and all that stuff. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to bite my tongue. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have, I don't know. I can't do it. I think he's such a fucking Karen. And he's good friends with Goldberg as well. So I don't want to fucking say something and stick my foot in my mouth. So I was like, yeah, I had to decline. Have him on. Come on, man. You could have questioned the fight. No. Because I know what's going to happen. First off, if I had him on a live chat and this dude's trying to pump PFL, could you imagine the roasting that he's going to get? Could you fucking imagine? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to make it a dunk tank with this guy. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's kind of a dick. I don't know. Maybe he's not, but he's just kind of like a Karen. And I know how I am, and I'm going to fucking ask him questions to kind of ruffle his feathers. It's going to be a complete shit show. So I was like, nah, I'm good, man. Give me Herb Dean. I'll talk to him. Oh, shit. You guys don't want to hear John McCarthy. I mean, I can't even get through his fucking podcast. I don't want him on mine.
Wherever they were before. It's not even comparable to the impact it has on you.
Imagine a full stream of PFL talk with John McCarthy. I would literally want to blow my brains out.
And you leave whatever organization you're with and you come to the UFC. And I think that it gives them a sense of, holy shit, I can really, MVP when he came, there were probably more people at the press conference than any fight he'd ever fought in Bellator. You know what I mean? And you feel that energy and you feel the difference of the impact of being here. And I think it takes a lot of these guys to another level.
Yeah, just the aura of it. Like, 100%. This is where you're supposed to.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I think MVP looked like he did in Bellator. Nothing was different between his performance in the UFC as opposed to his performance. If anything, I think he kind of overachieved. I think he did pretty well. So I don't know. I mean, it is different, right? You're fighting in Bellator as opposed to the UFC, but still, I think MVP looked exactly how I expected him to look, if not overachieved a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Step up. Yeah, it's the way people feel about TED Talks when they're giving lectures. Right. This is your moment. You get 15 minutes, and you better say some interesting shit. Yeah, and Kayla Harrison, by the way, is a badass. I can't wait to see what happens there.
She was walking around with like this sleeveless shirt the night of the fights, and holy shit. She is jacked, man. It's crazy.
He was jacked.
You think Dana smashed? What do you guys think? One's in the chat if you think Dana smashed Kayla Harrison. Be honest. I don't know if she's taken, but I mean,
he was jacked.
That doesn't. How is she doing this? How is she achieving that muscle tone on a female body? How does that even work? Isn't that crazy? Without taking any testosterone or any like crazy ass supplements, how the fuck does she look like that? How does a girl look like that? I mean, I can understand if you're on the juice. How is it even possible? And don't say genetics. Don't say genetics. Lifetime of judo? Damn, I should have stayed in judo. Shit, I should have passed my white belt. I could have looked like that.
Crazy.
2-time Olympic gold medalist.
Right.
You don't fuck with those people. You win a medal, you're made of something special.
So true. Especially in judo.
Yeah. Especially in American judo where it's not, 100%. You don't have many training partners that are great. So you gotta fucking work for it.
Okay. They like Kayla Harrison. I'm looking forward to it. I gotta say, looking at Cyborg's, she's training with Holly Holm, and I kind of love that. Hold on a second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. By the way, she follows us, by the way. So yeah, she's training with Holly Holm, getting her ready for the Kayla Harrison fight. And I am kind of curious to see how this thing's going to turn out. She's over at Jackson Wink. They're rolling around on the ground. I mean, what better training partner than to have Chris Cyborg, there, the brute that she is. So who are you guys picking? Do you think that Kayla's going to win, or you think Holly Holm's going to get the job done? I am kind of looking forward to that. At first I was like, I don't care, but yeah, Kayla Harrison's in the UFC. She's got Holly Holm. Who you guys picking? Holly is being led to a slaughter. Whoa, damn. I don't think Kayla's very good. I don't. And Holly can grapple, too. Kayla, no doubt. Damn. Yeah, Cyborg follows us. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. She follows us, but she doesn't follow Ariel. So win for us. Let's go, Chris. She's someone I got to get on the show. I've done bits making fun of her and stuff. She's hopped, I say she's hopped in the chat, but I don't think she controls her social media at all, with whether it's a YouTube channel or whatever. Oh, he interviewed this dude? Hold on a second. All right, so if you watched, how many people watched the UFC event that happened on Saturday night, UFC Vegas 89? It was a lackluster event, but there was a shining star, and the guy's name is Payton Talbott. And this dude says all the right things, but he's weird. He's really strange. Another strange dude, paints his fingernails, got the Lionel Richie haircut. But I guess at least it's not like a clown version, right? He literally annihilated Cameron Simon, ran through him. He said he was a little surprised. He thought that, Simon would have put on a little bit more of a fight, but he just completely demolished this kid. And now he's a player, man. Listen, I'm not going to give him a title right now, but he's definitely going to be ranked very soon. He's going to rise up the rankings very quick because he seems like he has that mentality, that he takes this very, very serious. It doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that's going to be going out, smashing bitches and cracking bottles and doing cocaine. He seems like he's a gym rat type of dude that has horse blinders on and is very focused. So let's hear this interview a couple of questions on Ariel. By the way, on the MMA Hour, if you want to catch the entirety of these interviews. But Payton Talbott is being compared to Sean O'Malley. I got to be honest with you, other than the afro, I don't see the resemblance to Sean O'Malley. I don't. I don't see it at all. So I don't understand, why are we comparing this kid to Sean O'Malley? Does anyone else, when I was watching him fight, I saw a complete unique guy. He seemed very unique to me because he's got an afro and tattoos. Now he's compared to Sean O'Malley. That's really strange. When I saw Sean O'Malley in the Contender Series, right off the bat, I'm like, this kid wants to be McGregor. You can tell. Talbot, I don't know. I don't get that vibe. Really has the bloodshot tattoo. So people are making I don't watch cartoons. And is that a cartoon reference or something? I'm not plugged into whether it's anime or whatever the hell, but people were saying something about his tattoos and making some fucking nerd ass talk. I don't know what the hell was going, but fighters are doing it too. Is that hole in his chest? Is that what you're referring to? Or is it another tattoo? Effing guy at my gas station started painting his nails. Dude looks like a lumberjack. What the fuck? I don't know. We're in definitely a different world, man. You could find the manliest men out there with painted nails. It's a different world. Hippie chakra shit. I don't like anime either. I'd rather watch SpongeBob. Yeah, I guess I would rather watch that too. I would rather watch Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get anime. I never got into that, but that's a conversation for another. It's a glory hole. It's a glory hole. Oh my God, dude. That's probably the funniest thing I heard about Payton Talbott. Imagine this guy becomes a champ. I mean, how do you cover that up? He's going to have to make everything. It is an odd thing, man. It's a glory hole. Oh my God, dude. I wonder if he's ever got it. I mean, imagine saying that to this kid's face. He'll fucking punch a hole in your head.
How do you feel about when people compare you to
Dude, the knee that landed on Simon, man? Holy crap.
Sean O'Malley? Do you like that?
You know how I feel about that. I hate that shit.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
Good. I'm glad he hates that because I don't see it. Did anyone else think that too? I don't see the comparison to Sean. It's weird, man.
Have you talked about this? I'm sorry if I missed it.
Yeah, people just do it all the time. I've said in a couple of interviews, I don't like being compared.
Yeah, this guy's weird, man. He's got the fucking, he got the septum thing pierced. He's got a fucking rug on his wall. This guy, God knows what this guy's into.
Yeah, because I don't think we fight very similar. I think we have some similarities. Like, I get it. We have the hair. We have like the long 1-2s. And we do like some movement things well. But if you were to see me and him fight,
this guy, God knows what he's doing in the bedroom. Who knows what the fuck he's bringing in there? He's probably bringing animals and shit. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, this guy's probably doing some weird shit. There's something weird going on with this guy, man. You got Sean O'Malley sharing his wife. You got this dude. Who the fuck knows? What is this guy's doing? Some witchcraft and fucking. There's like a sheep with a fucking harp in the corner. Like, who knows what the hell is going on with this guy? Seances and fucking on Ouija boards and shit. Like, that's what I see with this guy. He's zesty. Yeah, he's a zesty fella. Although I love watching this guy fight. This guy's a fucking savage. But he's a weird cat.
it would be a very different stylistic fight. You know, I'd be pushing the pace and I'd be trying to be up in his face and make it a dog fight, and he would be.
I'm assuming bullying. I'm assuming that is his origin story. That's what I'm guessing here. Because look at the dude. Like, you can tell that this guy's probably been through some stuff, right? So I'm assuming there's probably some bullying. I wonder what the backstory. I would love to interview this guy because he seems very interesting. And we had the same feeling about Jordan Levitt as well. Like, yo, this guy is straight up gay. And then we wound up loving the Monkey King. But this guy is way weirder than Jordan to me. I don't know. This guy creeps me the fuck out.
Very different stylistic fight. You know, I'd be pushing the pace and I'd be trying to be up in his face and make it a dog fight, and he would be drawing out reactions and feigning me and you know, technically.
Dude, I feel like this guy would run through him, Ali, with his style and the way he could take a punch. This dude was walking like the fucking Terminator. It would be such a good fight. Could you imagine him and Sean O'Malley in the cage together? I mean, it's so premature to talk about that.
And outclass me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you're the
Levitt's not gay, man. Dude just had his second kid. He's straight. I don't know how the hell he is, but he is. He's very straight, and it's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. Jordan Levitt's like one of the fucking coolest dudes out there, though. He really is. Not. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're gay or not. It really doesn't matter. He's a very cool dude. And maybe this kid's cool too. I don't know. This guy, I don't know. I feel like this guy's like a sorcerer or something. I feel like there's some serious Dungeons and Dragons going on with this kid.
A person who would rather not be compared to anyone.
Yeah,
exactly. Free to chill out, right? Like Jordan Levitt he's just an aloof guy. Whereas this guy, even when he talks, like he has school shooter written all over him, you know, like it's really creepy.
Trying to outclass me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you're the kind of person who would rather not be compared to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's mainly what it is. It could be, I mean, Sean's a cool guy, so it doesn't really piss me off too much, but yeah, it could be anyone. I don't want to be compared.
Yeah. How do you feel about
this guy? Might be he's probably a cool dude. I don't know. I don't know him very well. I'm just judging him, you know. I'm just prematurely judging the guy because he's got fingernail polish, and I mean the nail polish I don't care, but the way he talks, the post-fight interview after he won, I was like, whoa, this guy's odd, man. Like, he's really strange. But then again, he probably thinks I'm a weirdo too, so fair play to that. What else did he say? I'm actually curious what else this guy's fascinating, man. Payton Talbott, Sean O'Malley. Oh, that's it. Wow, must have been a shit interview. That was it with Talbot? Was there anything else from that interview that was interesting? He just looks like a shit interview. Right? He's probably a real shitty interview. Man of very little words. Oh, is it Erin Blanchfield? She's got a fight coming up. I like Erin. She's cool. Cormier and Rockhold, gay lovers. Yeah, they do have a bromance going for sure. Good banner, baby. Yeah. I love chatting with you guys, man. I appreciate you guys swinging by, hitting the like button, chatting it up with us. I always have a good time doing it. Let's see. How long was the interview? I don't know, but there was only one clip from it, so it must have been real boring. Here's Blanchfield.
She mentioned your fight afterwards. Is that like a dream fight opportunity for you, considering what she's done in the sport? Is that someone at some point, whether it's a title defense or whatever, is that something that you'd like to happen?
It sure she would be also. It was cool seeing her calling me out. I mean, I've been watching Rose for forever, probably since I was like in high school. I never thought I was going to have to fight her because she was always at 115.
I keep seeing the fucking Twin Peaks midget every time I see this girl. Every time I see her, seeing that little dancing Twin Peaks midget.
Since I was like in high school. I never thought I was going to have to fight her because she was always at 115. But it definitely is cool. If I got the chance to fight her, I would definitely take that opportunity.
Okay. Sean says a 25-minute interview. And that was the only clip they got? Isn't it weird when they say champion of the world? No, you're technically a champion of an organization you fight for. So I've always wondered why there are so many champs of the world, one world, 100. Yeah, I mean, think about boxing, right? The world champion in boxing, but yet there's 40,000 belts. So many different organizations. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just like what they like to do. I'm good with Aaron Blanchfield. Let's see what else we got over here. Dun, 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 dun. Thug Rose. I mean, I can't listen to her. All right, let's go through the card a little bit. Chris Weidman coming back. What the hell? Might have to cancel the fight.
When you got the call,
I always root for Chris, just because when we started the channel, I did his Gotham magazine shoot. And he's a law MMA guy. And when I ran into him in the street, like we had this whole bro moment. I forgot what UFC event it was. I think it was 217. I was drunk wandering Manhattan. I ran into him and we took a picture. It's on our Instagram. Go check it out. But very nice guy. Always root for him. But man, oh man, it's. I mean, should we hang it up by now?
The fight on the Northeast. It's been a bit of a mixed bag for you, the Northeast, right? I feel like the West Coast has treated you very well. I don't even know if you pay attention to that sort of thing. Did you think twice, or did you like this because it was closer to home, or the original home?
I'm sure he's thrilled fighting in Atlantic City.
I know I haven't done good at Madison Square Garden.
Oh my
and
god!
Now that you're making me think about it,
yeah, didn't Yoel's knee go through his head? But then again, Long Island, he finished Kelvin Gastelum. I was there for that.
I guess I didn't do good in Buffalo.
I'm not. I'm just
so
saying. I'm speaking in generalities. Just
You said
Moss got a chub? For what? What do I have a chub for? Explain the joke. I don't get it.
You said in the Northeast, I haven't done well. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, I said it's been a mixed bag.
So what's general?
Why is Ariel talking like a Ginzo? What's that about? Yeah, it's like a mix of bag.
I haven't done well. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, I said it's been a mixed bag.
What the fuck?
So what's general? Yeah, what else?
They call that Eugene.
Is there? Nassau Coliseum was good for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was great.
Right. So there's a plus. Anything else? Oh, Boston. Boston. I got 2 Bostons weren't good for me. You bastard. I might have to freaking cancel this fight. I didn't realize. You know, I don't think about all these different things.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it does. It's not in my head. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what is a good thing. Atlantic City. I'm undefeated in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
That's where I started my career. So when I got
oh my god, he's undefeated in Atlantic City. Imagine he fucking gets knocked out or gets carried out of this cage too in Atlantic City. I mean, I don't want to see fucking this guy get beat up anymore, man.
To be honest, the first thing I go, oh man, that would be a really cool place to hang up the gloves. That was probably the first.
New Yorkers sound like autism with that accent. James Stack, I could only imagine what you sound like. I could only imagine. Let me get. What could this guy sound like? Like, yeah. What do we sound like, James Stack? Where are you from? I can only imagine. Oh my god. It's always the people that say shit about other people's accents have the worst accent, right?
That's where I started my career. Maybe a good place to end my career.
I remember, when we would travel, people hated fucking our New York accent, except for the girls. The girls liked it, but the guys hated it. For some reason, guys hated New York accents, but girls loved it. It was the weirdest fucking thing. It was like, we sound like a bunch of monkeys. I get it. We sound like a bunch of chimpanzees. I know. I hear it.
But
you know what I like about the New York accent? It sounds powerful. It sounds dopey, but powerful. It's loud. It's obnoxious. There's the Arizona accent's really bad. It's a bad accent. How you having a good time today? Like it's like this weird high pitched nasally hound. Like I'm like, holy shit, bro. It's a rough accent. It's not good. Hound. It's not good.
I started training. I said, let me see how my body feels. If I feel like I'm done, I'm gonna, I'll be done. 30 surgeries in and stuff. But I've been feeling amazing. But I was very open-minded to, being this last one. I am very cognizant that Atlantic City would be a cool place to hang up the gloves, but I don't see that happening.
My kids could, but I don't think they will. As long as my family stays alive from New York, we'll be fine. They could. My kids are probably gonna have like a hybrid. My daughter's so funny. She goes, yeah. You ask her a question, she goes, yeah. It's so New York. It's so funny because she's like she went to New York like twice, but she was like a little nothing. And then you ask her a question, she's like, yeah. Like a little butch. It's hysterical, man. Just to
speak to the elephant in the room.
What am I watching here? This is fucking stupid. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's go through this card. Let's have some fun over here with this card, and we'll get the hell out of here. All right, let's see. So let's talk about this shit-ass card that happened, and we'll touch on the UFC Atlantic City card. I would love to be... Anyone going to the Atlantic City card this weekend? Anyone going to that thing? Weidman done, got boring as fuck. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's probably one of the reasons why we're not doing many interviews anymore either. It is boring. It really is. Unless you got someone really interesting, most interviews are very boring. I mean, I guess I could pull some really stupid shit out of my guests when I have them on, but most of the time it's just things you don't even want to hear. They usually, like, fighters don't even really want to be interviewed. They just want to be doing like other things outside of fighting. They don't want to talk about fighting. It's bad enough they got to go in a cage and do it, Weidman was never that exciting of an interview, in my opinion. Yeah. I interviewed him. Let me see if I could find it here. Let's see. Hold on a second. Shit, man. I'm going to go down memory lane a little bit. So here is 7 years ago. Oh my God, dude. That's crazy. We've been in this game way too long. So like we went to the after party. So you guys can check this out behind the scenes at the Gotham magazine. This is like the cringiest shit ever. We're hanging out with Wonderboy and Weidman. And then 7 years ago, we were doing like giveaways. And we got them to sign a bunch of shit and then gave it out to like the 2 people that watched. But here's Weidman, a message for one of the MMA-Holes. And he's probably not even in the community anymore. Let's see. Memories 7 years ago. That's fucking nuts, man. Whoa, look at this intro. Very dramatic. This is what we were doing 7 years ago, guys. In case anyone was wondering. La, 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 la. It's got a whole 14 likes on it. Go get it a like. If you can, I need one more favor from you. Yeah. Okay? There's a follower on our YouTube page. His name is Dan the Man, and his birthday is tomorrow. Dan the Man. Dan the Man. Wow, you could hear my fucking accent. Maybe my accent has changed a little bit. I tried to curb it up for the show. But damn, it's a lot. It was a lot worse 7 years ago. Coolest kid from Ohio. So if you can, maybe you can throw him a little shout out from Chris.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Dan the Man, this is Chris Weidman, and I just want to wish you a happy birthday. You're the man, Dan. Dan the Man. We have him shouting out. We had like 2 viewers, and we're doing a whole full interviews with this fucking guy, and I had him shouting out MMA-Holes. Oh my God, dude, so ridiculous. Poor Chris. All he wanted to do is take pictures and got the magazine. You got my stupid ass. Let's see what else. Here's the party. Let's try to skip through this a little bit. Dan the Man. Dan the Man's not in the community anymore, I don't think. And they got the shout out for nothing. What is going on? Okay, check this out. Got the magazine. Yeah, so I did the video for it. It's kind of cool. Shout out to V-Neck for hooking it up. Right when we started the channel. Like I'm doing the video.
There's Wonder Boy. So fun story about this. We had a bunch of Gotham magazines, and I was like, all right, I want them to sign a bunch of magazines, and then I'm just gonna give it out to like the 2 people that watched. We literally had like 2 people watching, and we did a live stream from there, and this got like a good 531 views on it. But yeah, like there was a girl that was involved in our community that was fucking wow, look how young Wonder Boy is. Holy shit. There's a girl in our community that was like in love with Wonder Boy. She was like stalking him. She would like show up at his gym and shit. We're hanging out with Wyben and his wife. His wife is like the coolest fucking chick, man. Anyway, if you want to see us all drunk hanging out over here, look at this fucking hairdo I had going on here. Whoa, my God. I actually kind of look like, it kind of looked like, what's his face? Tabora, Marcin Tabora's haircut, that weird ass fucking haircut. Holy shit, I was making fun of him. I kind of had a similar haircut. Anyway, if you want to go check it out after we're done with this stream. All right. Anyway, let's look at this card. What did anything good on this card? This card was a fucking shit show, man. It was like a hot mess. I'm good. Hope you're good too. You had that hanging in your studio for a while, a Gotham picture. Yeah, I have. Well, now it's in my garage. Oh yeah, I still have a Gotham autograph that I can still give away if anyone's like interested in like Weidman and Wonder Boy's autograph. I just still have it. Maybe if you guys wanted it, maybe I'll put it on the wheel. Like I have a big poster autograph by them. So maybe one's in the chat. Would you want this? Hold on. Would anyone be interested in this? It's actually kind of cool because, so my buddy V-Neck worked with Gotham magazine, right? And he's like, listen, we're a big UFC fans. So he's like, yo, let's get together and try to get Weidman and Wonder Boy. And he knew that I was a big UFC fan at the time. And he's like, we want to get him on the cover. It'd be cool to have UFC fighters on the cover of Gotham magazine. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And Weidman said, I'll only do the cover unless my brother-in-law, Wonder Boy, would be invited to do the cover as well. He says, if Wonder Boy will do it, I'll do it as well. And Gotham's like, oh, hell yeah, we'll have them both do it. And this is when like Conor McGregor was like the superstar Conor back in the day. And when we were doing the interview with both these guys, a lot of McGregor talk and all that shit. And then I was asked to do the video work. So me and this other guy were doing like the video portion of the shoot. So the photo shoot I didn't do, but I did the video. So if you ever see the videos of this, I have pieces of that. I was involved in that. And then I DJ'd. We DJ'd a bunch of Gotham parties. But anyway, we were invited to the after party and we said, hey, let's get a bunch of these magazines and let's get them to sign it. We'll give it away. And I saved one for myself and maybe I'll do a giveaway. So one's in the chat. If you would like a Gotham magazine signed by Wonder Boy and Chris Weidman. And if you would like something like that, I'll put it on maybe the Fuko Friday wheel, or maybe we'll just do a giveaway. I don't know. I'll part ways with it. But yeah, let me know. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Free to Chill's in. And Freedom Guy, 2 joints. Pass no offense, says Vince. I mean, Chris Weidman. I tell you what, when you're talking middleweight champions, Chris Weidman's up there with one of the greats, right? I mean, he destroyed Anderson Silva twice. Chris Weidman, and then he defended the belt a bunch of times against a bunch of steroid cheats. Chris Weidman was a pretty special fighter. Meat Canyon. What? What the fuck is Meat Canyon? All right, so a couple of people interested in it. All right. Moss sings Neil Diamond songs at karaoke bars. Laugh my ass off. Oof, dude. I hope you weren't really laughing out loud at that. Oh my God. Could you imagine, like, as he was he's like, this is a gem. Let me put this in the chat real quick. This is a fucking gem. And then it just lands on crickets. Try another one. All right, anyway, let's see. Muhammad Usman took the L to Parkin. Parkin is like this decision machine heavyweight. We can move along from that. Severino. This fight we have to talk about. Severino and Lima. Severino's a 20-year-old kid that went in there and decided to fucking bite Lima and then get immediately cut from the UFC. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. UFC. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. So as they were against the fence, this dude was gnawing on his arm. And then immediately the ref stepped in, looked at the arm, and says, holy crap, there's a bite there. There's the bite on the arm. Yeah, dumbass is a good way to put it, for sure. I mean, probably one of the dumbest things ever. Shows the camera, zoom right in on that. So he had like teeth mark. I don't know how it got past the mouthpiece. I don't know how teeth. I mean, he's wearing a mouthpiece unless he pulled the mouthpiece out, took a chunk out of the fucking arm, and then put the mouthpiece back in. I have no idea. But yeah, that was in his on his arm, and Dana White wound up cutting the young man, and this dude got a bonus, and then he took the bonus and went off to get a tattoo. I mean, that's pretty painful. Tattoos are I have an inside the bicep tattoo, and you know, it wasn't a pleasure to get. Not terrible. A lot of people were saying how bad it is. I've had worse. But on top of a bite, like, damn, man. That sounds like it sucks. Like, not only are you getting a tattoo, but you're getting a tattoo on top of a bite. Kind of crazy. Look, you can like see, like, they put a stencil over it, but it looks like the bite doesn't really have much of a stencil. The bite is the stencil. Like, that sounds like it would hurt, man. So there you go. There you go. He got his bite tattoo. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. Let's see if I can get the actual tattoo. Oof. Look at that. Chomp. It's craziness. Dude bit him. Let's see if we can find the tattoo. Here it is. All right, here we go. They blurred out the F word, but you can kind of get an idea. He'll get infected, right? It seems like, yeah. Like what tattoo artist, like he must have went to like, I mean, they're in Vegas, right? They were at the Apex. So you literally could stumble onto the strip and get some crackhead to fucking tattoo this on you. Like, I feel like most tattoo artists would say, nah, bro, let that shit heal. And then I mean, are there any tattoo artists in the chat? I know we have some people in the community that are tattoo artists, but wouldn't that, I don't know any tattoo artists personally that would tattoo over a bite. Like, that seems crazy. Danny said he's giving him $50K because of the tattoo. I thought he got $50K and then got the tattoo. That's what I thought. Maybe I could have it reversed. I got bitten in the stomach when I guillotined somebody who was trying to get the smoke. I'm sure it happens a lot, actually. With teeth break the skin, it's always the worst infection, right? I mean, yeah, think about how your mouth is like the dirtiest part of your body. You break the skin, like you probably should clean that shit out instead of inject ink into it. Like, I mean, I got a bunch of tattoos, but I don't know. That seems nuts. It was 25, then Dana did another 25K when he found out about the tattoo. Is that what happened? Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So it's cleared up in the chat. So 25K bonus, and then he got the tattoo, and Dana threw him another 25K. All right, makes sense. Yeah, because he might lose his arm. He might have to get amputated from the infection. There's like a 250 plus tattoo shops in Las Vegas, and most of them have dirtbags working there, Moss. They don't care. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I told my dad. My dad's like, what place would do that? And I said, well, they're at the Apex. They're at the Apex. So, I mean, all he has to do is stumble onto the fucking Las Vegas Strip. I mean, if anyone's ever stumbled on a Vegas tattoo, I mean, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. But yeah, what do you guys think? Would you ever do that in the chat? You guys crazy enough to tattoo a bite? Like, who knows? If I'm a young man, maybe I would. I had a tattoo where the fucking gun fell in the garbage can. Guy kind of wiped it off and started tattooing again. So I've done some pretty stupid shit too. So maybe as a kid, I probably would have done it too. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't criticize. They'll do a lot of things for money around here. Yeah. Hey, man, when you're broke, there's not much you won't do. There's a reason why tattoo shops in your bars. Yeah, my old tattoo shop in Yonkers, my good friend worked there, and he wasn't the best tattoo artist in the world. But the shop was right next to a strip club. Literally right next door to a strip club. So the clientele that would pop into this fucking place was nuts. And he did a lot of my tattoos. I let him just fucking go for it. You know, I let him practice on me. But yeah, it was right next to a strip club. So I'm not really one to criticize. There's a reason why tattoo shops employ drug addicts. How many tattoos do you have, Kevin?
Wonderful.
How many do you have on you? How do you know this? How many tattoos you got on you, Kevin? I'm going to go with 0. All right. Let's see what else on this card I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So this kid, you know, Andre Lima, everyone's going to remember him no matter what. He could never do a thing ever again in his UFC career, but he's still undefeated, and he's got that bite tattoo. So everyone's going to know him as the bite guy. Really good fight, too. It's a shame because this fight seemed like it could have been one of the fights of the night. You know, they both could have got bonuses for this. It was actually real fun one to watch, but then after that DQ, it was all over. How about this? Let's talk about the cans on this girl over here. Not only is she an underdog, and she's 35 years of age, but she goes in there, shows off the breasticles, and gets the job done. Beats Stop Sign Face, the Russian, and good for her, man. I did not expect that to happen, but the Mexican power got the job done. Her name is Rendon Montserrat Rendon. Congratulations to her. Aarons gets the win from the Netherlands. Got a fight of the night over here on Win, so congratulations for you. Miles Johns got the win over Cody Gibson. Cody looked like, ugh. But credit to Miles Johns. I thought he was going to gas, and my man did the grappling game well. Just had a real smart game plan. Got the unanimous decision on fake, lookalike Darren Till guy. Ricardo Ramos loses to Julian Erosa, and this fight was a banger. Wait, no bonus? What? Erosa was the underdog, was getting lumped up, then submits Ramos. No bonus. Damn. They did Erosa dirty. Maybe they might have done him dirty because of, let me see. Maybe. Was it because of this? How you supposed to do his name again? Was it because it could have been? Bum, 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 bum. All right. Julian Rose. Was it because of this?
Well, I was going to say that I don't like cheaters. And so, and I don't know how you guys feel about this whole situation, but I don't like cheaters. And so I wanted to call out Leah Thomas. I wanted to encourage her to encourage him to transition from women's swimming into women's MMA, and then I'll transition to become a woman, and I'm gonna beat that dude's ass.
Is this why you lost the bonus?
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say, because it's all about getting the getting a little bit of shock value. But I mean, in the world that we're living in, it just there's no common sense anymore, and it's becoming a bit ridiculous. And obviously that's one of the big things that's always been.
I never really listened to Erosa talk. I never really paid attention to much of his interviews or whatever. And I don't disagree with the guy's opinion, but how he's delivering the opinion is what's wrong with this guy?
It's kind of going on now, and I just don't agree with men, in women's sports, even the whole Fallon Fox thing, knocking, and the girls or guys that are fighting in women's MMA and knocking them out. It's like, it's a bad look.
Since we're on this topic, do you find it clearly? Personally, I think when you're talking about a man transitioning into a woman's sport, when there's a combat element, it just seems so much worse than say swimming, like you said. Do you feel like there are any instances where it would make sense, or where it could
absolutely
be
not? No, I just fully believe. If you went through male puberty, it's
I see in the chat, he said what everyone was thinking in the worst possible way, right, Cliff? Dude, I thought the same thing. I was like, bro, we all agree with you, but you made us all look like idiots. Like you're not the guy to wave this flag. You're just not him. Pass the flag over to Sean Strickland. He could say it a little bit better than you.
You know, even the whole Fallon Fox thing, knocking, you know, and the girls that are, or guys that are fighting in women's MMA and knocking them out. It's like, it's a bad look.
Since we're on this topic, do you find it like, clearly, I mean, personally, I think when you're talking about a man transitioning into a women's sport, when there's like a combat element, it just seems so much worse than say swimming, like you said.
100%.
Do you feel like there are any instances where it would make sense or where it could
Absolutely
be
not. No, I just fully believe. I mean, if you were, you know, if you went through, you know, male puberty, it's never gonna. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can give yourself to shrink your bones down. There's nothing you can do in that kind of sense. I mean, and the proof's in the pudding, right? Like you have, you know, Mr. Thomas, who was, you know, whatever he was ranked as a man, and then he's just beating all the women. Like it's obvious, you know. It doesn't matter how much estrogen you're taking, and I think we're in obviously a gray area, but these gray areas are stupid to me because it's common sense. You know, I'm not the smartest crayon in the box, but I could tell you.
Wait, you're not the smartest crayon in the box? All right.
These gray areas are stupid to me because it's common sense. You know, I'm not the smartest crayon in the box, but I could tell you, you know, if I don't know anything about anything, I can still tell you that's unfair. You know, like in my opinion, you know, people are gonna have their opinions and say what they want, but it's just something I strongly believe in. That, you know, it's so funny to me that women will fight for their own spaces, and then they also fight for, you know, trans women to be in those spaces. And like, those are just men. Like, when is it going to be where there's going to be, you know, hundreds of men in like these sports, and then it just becomes another man sport? It's going to be like, it's so weird to me. I don't know. I mean, we could, you know, dive into that can of worms all day, but
I don't disagree. But that's why I didn't get the bonus. He delivered it wrong. If he delivered it great, he would have got the bonus. How about the performance by Ogden? Fantastical, unanimous decision, domination. Looks actually really good. Trey Ogden gets his hand raised to end the preliminaries. Then we go into the main card. You have Padilla. This guy's another player as well. He got a performance of the night. This guy deserves a bonus. Maybe this is why Arosa really didn't get the bonus. I don't know. But this dude is a fucking stud, man. I love watching this kid fight. He went in there, mauled his opponent, and I'll be looking forward to seeing more of him. Billy Quarantillo falls flat to Yusuf Zalal, and Billy Q, he says he's going to be back, and it seems like he was getting trolled really bad. I'm not going to goof on him. He was the second part of my parlay. I'm not going to go crazy over it. Billy Q, I feel for you, buddy, but you look like trash out there. It's not looking good for Billy Q. We spoke about Talbot. Talbot is a definite stud, a definitely guy to look out for. Complete weirdo on the mic, but when he's in the cage, this guy is something special. Like, he's got that it factor, and he's got very unique tattoos. I didn't even see the one down his leg. I didn't even notice that. So he's got very interesting tattoos. He's got a look to him, but his fighting, well, that speaks for itself. Shabazian finally gets one done. Dobson was actually doing it right, and then he got ran over. But Shabazian bounces back and gets a win. Carl Williams beats Taffa unanimously. The Taffa brothers, it's just not been looking good. And Rose Namajunas gets a unanimous decision over Amanda Hebas in a card that was number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
I don't recommend you watch it back. If you're going to watch anything, the Talbot fight, yeah. The Fernando Padilla finish was pretty good. Arosa's comeback, I mean, it was in the first round, but still, he was getting fucked up. That was pretty neat. The Aaron's versus Win fight wasn't bad. And that's it. So 3 fights on there. The Severino versus Lima fight wasn't bad until the bite happened. If you want to see that bite, but you kind of saw that already. So not really much to look to go crazy over. The event happening this weekend, Blanchfield versus Fiorot. I like Aaron. I do like her. But God, come on, man, with this shit. Let's look at the rest of the card. So this is coming up. Let's see what the time this is going to be at in Atlantic City. I tell you what, I would go to this event. If I was in AC, that's pretty cool, man. You can go to the fights, hit the casinos afterward. Go to the Borgata, the best community casino in AC. Borgata is the best over there. But let's see who else we got on this card. So the co-main will be Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley. Okay. Chris Weidman versus Bruno Silva. Man, they are far up on that card. Man, Bruno hasn't really panned out, so I guess it kind of makes sense, this matchup. I could still see Chris Weidman getting smoked. I did not know that Dumas is still on the roster. Didn't he just get arrested again? He's fighting Rizabov. Holy shit. My nose almost fell off. Algeo versus Nelson. Njokwani versus McKee. Landwehr is back versus Emmers. Not a bad fight over there. Nate the Great back in the cage. He's getting plus money. Anyone riding with Nate the Great? Jandaroba, Rob Schneider versus Lupi Godinez. And Julio Arce versus Herbert Burns. I didn't even know he was still on the roster. This dude, Justin Jr. over here. Well, yeah, few will get that joke. It's horrific. He's the retarded Burns brother. Bazookia back from Law MMA. Who else? Turkal. And this kid over here, Lugrain. Okay, this kid with the fucking box face. He's a lot of fun from Ireland. Yeah, that's all right. Pacheco versus Lugrain. That might be all right. Malkoum versus Petrosky. Okay. A little better than last week. A little bit. But, you know, Luque is always I tell you what, Luque versus Buckley, I'd rather see in the main event, to be honest. Okay. It's all right. We'll make the best of it. That's this weekend. On Friday, we'll fook off and we'll break this thing down. We'll make our predictions and our bets and all that fun stuff. Try to get back in the win column with that. Remember, mybookie.ag is the place to make the bet. MMA-HOLES at mybookie.ag. 2 joints. I promise you can come on the show. If you want to come on for a sec and say hello to the people, I will let you call in real quick if you'd like. No other phone lines. Just going to have the birthday boy over here. But if 2 joints is still in the chat and wants to call in, I'll fire that up. But if anything else is in the chat you want to talk about, now's the time to get it out there. And Wednesday, I'm going to do an appearance on another show. So keep an eye out on our community section or at the MMA-Holes on social media or in the Discord. Check it out over there. I'll let you know where I'm appearing on Wednesday. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm probably going to be doing uploads on Wednesday unless something crazy comes up to live stream. But I will be back Friday for live streams. Let's see. Is 2 joints still here? He might be faded. I don't see him in the chat. He might be feeling good over there. All right, I don't see him in the chat. Oh, there he is. Okay, 2 joints. You want to come in for a sec, or did he say yes or no? I see wonderful, wonderful. That's all I see. But if you want to call in real quick, chat could wish you a happy birthday, and we'll get the fook out of here. All right, StreamYard. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, my man. He said wonderful, wonderful. That's all he said. Thank you, Lou Dog, for being a member for 20 months as MMA-Holes and still. That's right. Thank you, Lou Dog.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, thank you. Here, I'll open it up. He just put WW, so I don't know what the hell that means. You want to call in or no? I'll give you a sec. If you want to call in, hit the link. If not, we out of here. Here we go. Hey, 2 joints. How's it going, bud? 2 joints. You hear us? Oops. Hold on a sec. 2 joints. You hear us?
Hey, Chris, can you hear me, brother?
Yes. How's it going?
Well, really good, thanks. Sorry if there's a little bit of a delay or something like that. I'm pretty fried, so.
No worries. Hold on, let me see if I could do something here. 2 joints, big birthday over here.
Chris said I wasn't dissing you in the comments, but the booth book is a little bit damaged. I'd have to be super honest with you.
What happened to the booth book?
I'll have to get it. Just give me.
Hold
a
on, let me
It's
see
right
this.
here.
Did it really get damaged?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
It's all good. I know you guys don't send it out, so let's check this out.
Hold on a second. Let me put this up over here. The booth book got damaged. What the fuck? Maybe I should have made it.
It's really wet, and it's not super wet, but you can kind of tell, like right here, like it's kind of gotten some moisture in it. But it's a cool book.
What the fuck? The fuck is the autograph still there? Is it? Let me see.
The autograph's still there.
Well, that's all that matters. 2 joints.
Yeah. I took a quick look at it, and there's some interesting stories.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the inside. Did you actually look at the inside of that book?
I did, and I actually thought the N-word was in there, but I'll let you look at it. It's right here at the front. It's really interesting. Some of these pages are stuck together.
Well, that's Joe's.
No, it's all good. But check the F word out there. I thought it said N.
Hold on, I can't really see it. Hold on a second here. Okay, what are we looking at? Asia Figure Booth. Oh my God. What a name. I got to ask Jesse if she remembers that relative. The Figure Booth. Figure, please.
No, it's all good. And the shirt was in here too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so thank you, Free to Chill, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Two Joints is stopping. It's his birthday. So that shirt is an OG I have a whole bunch of those shirts, like the Let the Dragons Loose and some old MMA-Holes shirts that have like our old sponsors on the back.
It's got Timeless CBD on the back.
So we're like, you know what? If we're going to send something to Canada, let me see what we got laying around. I could send you another shirt. But there you go. It looks good.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. And it actually fits too, so not too bad.
All right, we picked the right size. Yeah, we took a swing for it. Like, hopefully this one fits. All right, Let the Dragons Loose. I like it. You get an OG. Awesome. That's a classic shirt right there you got on.
Yeah, it kind of brought back memories. I don't think I was with you guys when you did the Weidman interview, but probably not so long after is when I joined this little shit show we like to call the MMA-Holes. So,
well, listen, man. What other community would you get you a signed, warped, dysfunctional John Wilkes Booth book, right?
Oh, this is great, man. Like, I don't know. There's not a lot of other channels that do this, Chris. I mean, you know, in some of my other ventures with other channels, they kind of ask about, well, why do you have to pay? Why do you have to pay to get on the show? And I said, well, it's just part of the business. I mean,
first ask. Tell me which channel said that.
Oh no, I don't dox Moss. I'm like you. I've got on
No, you can't tell the story unless you say the channels. You must say the channels. I will not allow the story.
I'm a solid dude. That's why everybody trusts me with talking in the DMs. But anyways,
okay.
It's part of the business. It's a game, and there's a prize at the end. Like, you can't just give shit out for free, shipping it, like all the above, Chris. So it's a lot of fun, man. I hope FOF stays around for a long time.
Okay. Well, listen, it will be around for a little bit for sure. I have a good time doing it, and last week was hilarious. But yeah, we wanted to have you on real quick to celebrate the birthday. And
I've just been eating like a pig and smoking weed all day, man. I hope I don't put on 10 pounds by the time tomorrow comes around. That's all I've been doing is eating and chilling out. So
yeah, well, that's good. At least you had a good birthday. So you turned what? 21? What's the age you turned?
I turned 50 today, Moss.
Wait, today is your 50th?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding around. I'm 50.
Wow, today is your 50th birthday. Look at that. Wow, this is a big accomplishment. Being on the earth for 50 years is not something everyone can pull off.
Well, it is what it is. And I mean, just on a touching note, I'm the youngest out of 4 kids my mom has, and my other 3 siblings were totally selfish, and they told her to fuck off like 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And she called me this morning. She said, I'm so proud that like after 50 years, I have a family member I can call my own, because everybody else ditched her, right? So that was pretty awesome. And the rest of the day's been cool ever since I heard that. I mean, that's real life, bro. So
yeah. Huh.
Yep.
Well, look at that. Well, happy birthday, man. 50 is just another day, right? It doesn't feel any different.
Yeah, I know I always joke around about gray hair and shit like that, but I know I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to have a whole sea of gray, but not quite yet. I've been lucky.
That's good. That's good. Hold on as long as you can. All right, Two Joints. Well, listen, have a very happy birthday, and try not to get too high, okay?
That's impossible. But I just want to thank you and Jesse for everything, Moss, sending stuff and having these programs. I mean, you guys mean a lot to us without getting in a super simp way. So thanks again.
All right. There he is. The Two Joints coming on the show. Oh, my God. Why are you booing him? Just kidding. Just kidding. One of the best. Happy birthday to Two Joints. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by tonight. Will there be a show Wednesday night? Well, you're going to have the notification bell rung. Listen, we're doing some uploads over here. If stories drop, crazy reactions, news, whatever, maybe I'll even do some interviews through the video uploads as well. But guys, go over there, hit the like button, binge through that, share away on the social media, and I'll see you for sure on Friday, and I'll see you on the uploads. Thank you for stopping by. Happy birthday to Two Joints. And remember this. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA Hole. Good night.